viewers, welcome to Motoroids. My name is Amit and this here is the all-new Volkswagen Tiguan R-Line, which has been brought into India as a CBU. This specific car is a UK spec car, and that's the reason why you'll see some idiosyncrasies with this car which you generally won't see elsewhere. So I have done a very detailed walk around of this car where I've talked about the exterior, I've talked about what are the features on this car, and of course I'll touch upon those topics in this video also. But since I'm behind the steering wheel of this car and I'm also making a record for the fastest convoy run from Gateway of India to India Gate in this car, we have very little time. So that's the reason why I'm not doing a P2C from the outside, but in this video I'll essentially let you know what my experience with this car has been. So this is the review after the walk around that I did earlier. So to start off, this car is an all new model and we have always loved the Tiguan for its fantastic handling, for its performance, for being one of the only few big premium SUVs from Germany which are not from the premium German car makers, as in not from BMW, Mercedes or Audi, but from Volkswagen. And it's a big car which is priced reasonably, at least that's what we have been told as of now. So it's expected to be launched at about 50 lakh rupees or thereabouts ex-showroom. So it's a big car, gets a very big boot. But to start off, let me be very clear, there are some omissions, and this car does not get a powered seat, so that's omission number one. It does not get ventilated seats, so that's omission number two, and it also does not get a powered tailgate, so that's the omission number three. So these are the three big omissions, but apart from that, this is loaded to the brim with tech, power and performance. And outside the car, when you look at it up front, another omission is very evident. It does not get a 360-degree camera, but it does come with ADAS level 2 with 21 features. It gets front sensors and it also gets a beautiful panoramic sunroof, very big opening for the glass as well, almost 600 liters of boot space, which is enough for you to travel for a long holiday with your family. Now apart from that, once you enter, the materials everywhere are soft to touch. Quality abounds, as it always does with Volkswagen cars. And what's new here is that the size of the screens has increased. So if you look at the screen, this is now 15-inch and the other screen is 10.3 inches. And not just that, the resolution of the screen has also become very good now. They are far more responsive to touch as opposed to the mainstream cars that we have seen with Volkswagen in India. It gets a 30-color ambient light. It gets a very nice sounding Volkswagen stock audio system. You can choose from three main modes, that's Eco, Comfort and Sport, and you can then move to individual mode where you can tune the car to your satisfaction, as in terms of the suspension and the steering, however you may want it. Then you can also go to off-road mode and you also have a snow mode. So this car comes with the 4Motion tech, so it gets an all-wheel drive system, and that's not just it also gets dynamic chassis control. So the dampers at all ends, at all four wheels, have a very high frequency damping and they can be controlled individually at a very fast rate. So either they can be controlled using one of the driving modes, or based on the speed, the car can also analyze as to what's happening and improve your comfort or handling based on what you exactly want at that point in time. So all of that not just enhances the performance and handling of this car, but the comfort of the car also. And in conjunction with the 4Motion tech, it also makes a very good soft-roader. It's not a hardcore off-roader, but we went dune bashing at Tila, which is a place outside of Jaipur where you have a lot of dunes, and where two-wheel drive cousins of this car, that is the Tiguan, could not reach. This car could easily climb up some really steep dunes and that was not a problem. Having said that, this is not an out-and-out off-roader, but having four-wheel drive really helps and it allows you to go off the road whenever you feel like. If you're not treating it to extreme harsh conditions, this car is not going to disappoint you. Not just that, while being on the road also, it really helps it maintain traction when you're making sharp maneuvers. Each wheel can brake individually, and the control on this car as a result of the 4Motion is really great, especially if you're going up in the mountains where there's rain, where the roads are slippery, where you have mud, where you have snow. 4Motion tech really comes into its own. So it's always advisable to have at least an all-wheel drive system, and if it's as advanced as the 4Motion system, it's always great. Now, a great thing about this car is that while it does not come with electric seats, it does come with massage function. You heard it right. So you get, as in, 3 manners of massage. You can also increase the intensity as well as the time for which you want that massage to be active. So that's a great thing. And apart from that, as I mentioned, 30 color ambient lighting, a sunroof, it gets 2 wireless charging sockets, a ton of space here. And at the back also, the seat has plenty of thigh support. These seats also, the ones that I'm driving, are extremely comfortable. The thigh support here is also extendable. So in terms of comfort, while it feels slightly firm in the sport mode, as it catches speed, it really gobbles up all the rough undulations, and the faster you drive it, the better it feels. That's how Volkswagen cars have always been, and the precision of the steering wheel, the feel, the feedback, the weight, everything is quite awesome. And while you're driving it, despite this being such a big SUV, it's a far cry from something like, say, the Toyota Fortuner, which rolls, which has a harsh ride. So this car is thoroughly enjoyable, and the ride quality for the kind of driving pleasure that it provides is also quite good. Now in terms of performance, this is powered by a 2-liter TSI engine, and the power output here is 204 PS with a peak torque of 320 Newton meters. 0 to 100 is disposed of in 7.5 seconds, which is plenty quick for Indian conditions. Now while the transmission duties are taken care of by the trusty old DSG, and you don't really have to shift gears, you have these pedal shifters, and the shift times, as they've always been, are blisteringly quick. And if you really want to take matters in your own hand, the trusty old DSG will not disappoint. I would have wanted the car to hold on in the manual mode, but as you would see, it shifts up at 6,500 RPM and you cannot hold on to gears. Another interesting thing is that the drive selector here, look closely, moves from D to S with the flip of this lever here. And for it to shift from D to S, you have to be in sport mode first, of course. But that again is another idiosyncrasy of this car. And this little knob here is generally a volume dial, but you press it once and then it becomes your drive selector knob. So you can choose from the 6 modes available just by turning it. Apart from this, the all important fuel efficiency, as you can see right now, is about 11.8 kmpl on a highway, which is not bad at all for a car this big. And if you're really gunning it, it'll go down to about 10, and within the city it can probably drop to 9 also. But the fuel efficiency will generally range from 8.5 to 12.5 kmpl, depending on how you're driving, where you're driving, and the mode that you are in. And as I mentioned, it also comes with ADAS level 2 with 21 odd features. So it is quite safe also, a Euro NCAP 5-star rating. It comes with 9 airbags as standard. The rear seat is 60-40 split. So for a family, in terms of safety, in terms of comfort, with its big boot, the convenience, it is a very good choice if you want to be driving around with your family in comfort, with space, and with a lot of boot space as well. This car really fits the bill, especially for those who want something more premium, something unusual than the Fortuner, and something which is more suited for a driver. So this engine is a crackerjack of a unit, especially for our kind of conditions. And from behind the steering wheel, especially on highways like this is the Mumbai-Delhi highway, keeping up with the speed limit of 120 kilometers per hour is absolutely a piece of cake. I don't really have to bother. And if you're someone who is up to it, you can put the adaptive cruise control on, and at 120 Ks you don't really have to bother. You just have to hold the steering and the car will brake itself, it will accelerate itself. There's going to be no problem at all. A few interesting things is that while it does not get ventilated seats, it does get heated steering, it gets a heated ORVM, so in the winters the visibility is always going to be great. It gets an auto dimming IRVM, the headliner quality, and the quality generally everywhere is fantastic. All in all, while driving this car, I felt that Volkswagen is true to its roots. It still is a very good handling, full-sized SUV, while also adapting to the Indian conditions. The ground clearance is very good, the ride quality is good, and also offering off-road capability to a fair extent. The omissions are quite glaring. There are cars which have powered seats in the range of sub 15 lakh rupees, also sub 15 I said, not sub 50. So yes, that is an omission. Ventilated seats is something which has become a bit of an addiction to Indians. So that feature again is something that we would have wanted. But overall, the feature set here, especially with the lovely massage that I'm getting here, is fantastic for the kind of price that it's being offered at. And more than anything else, I think there's a big gaping hole in the 50 lakh rupees or thereabouts kind of a segment where the Fortuner reigns supreme, and there are a lot of takers for that car. But you'd also realize that there are a lot of people who don't quite like that car for A, its somewhat rowdy image, and B, for the fact that it's not that elegant, sophisticated kind of a look that one expects from brands which come from Germany. Also, a Tiguan R-Line is a car that would handle incomparably better than something like the Fortuner. So if you're someone who's a driver, someone who likes driving himself, is looking for a full-blown German premium car for his family, something that's comfortable and does not require you to break a bank. Just for comparison's sake, the BMW X1 is smaller than this car, and it's the smallest, like one of the smallest cars from the German stables. This one is bigger and it's better in terms of performance, but it's significantly less expensive. So if you're looking for a German car which is premium, has a fantastic badge, drives fantastically, and is a good fit for your family, then you definitely can look at this option. I really hope that I was of some use to you, that I could wrap up the way this car drives and basically a broad-based review of this car in this short video. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe to Motoroids, and until next time, this is your friend Amit Changani signing off. Rev hard, rev free, and drive safe.